Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the Something Sweet collection from ILNP. There are 6 pastel crellies in this collection with little teeny tiny flakies, and I love it so much. These are available right now, so I will link the ILNP website down below where you guys can check these out, and I will get into the swatches.
So the first polish is called Sugar High, and this is a white crelly base with pink, yellow, copper, green, and purple metallic flakes. So this is a little bit sheer on that first coat. That's kind of to be expected from a crelly, but I think it's just a teensy tiny bit more sheer than I would want it to be. The flakies are nice and even. I do wish there were a little bit more of the flakies in there. Not a ton more, but just a little bit more, so I didn't feel like I had to go over the polish with that brush a couple extra times to drag some flakies over to the middle of the nail and make everything look even. This did cover for me in 2 coats. You may need 3 just depending on your application, but I don't think it's super likely, and you won't have any significant texture from those flakies. So that is 2 coats of Sugar High. The next polish is called Lemon Cake, and this is described as a lemon-based speckled polish with vivid pink metallic flakes. This was a little bit sheer and a little bit streaky on that first coat. Not terrible, but you definitely want to float the brush with this one so you don't dig in and create worse streaks than you would get otherwise. This is another one where I do wish that the flakies were just a little bit more dense. I'd like to see just a few more so that I could get a nice even distribution without feeling like I really had to move them around my nail. I did 2 coats here, but looking back, I think I probably could have benefited from a 3rd coat. That is 2 coats of Lemon Cake. The next polish is called Mint Chip, and this is described as a mint polish speckled with black reflective flakes. So this is a little bit sheer and a little bit streaky on the first coat. The streaks do melt in, like the polish evens itself out and levels out pretty well. The use of reflective in that description just like turned my whole world upside down, and I went on this search to try to figure out like how this was reflective, and then I remembered that ILNP uses reflective. Like these are metallic black flakes, which I don't really think makes a huge difference. You can't really tell looking at them. They're so small that they're not really reflecting much light, but it's not reflective in the sense that like you turn the flash on and it glows, which is what I was thinking for a second, and I kind of freaked out. This did cover completely for me in 2 coats, but I could also see a world where you might end up needing 3. So that is 2 coats of Mint Chip. The next polish is called Strawberry Shake, and this is described as a bright pastel pink speckled with bold red metallic flakes. Formula on this one is pretty consistent with the rest of the collection. A little bit streaky, a little bit sheer, nothing crazy, especially not for a crelly. This one I feel like had more flakes in it, or maybe they just stand out more, so I didn't feel like I had to move this around as much to get the flakes evenly distributed, though I do wish it still had more. Most of the polishes in this collection have been, I did 2, but maybe you'd need 3, but this one was a pretty solid 2-coater. I can't really see anyone needing 3 here unless you really botched that 2nd coat, which happens to all of us. So that is 2 coats of Strawberry Shake. The next polish is called Milk Tea, and this is described as a milky orange speckled polish with copper metallic flakes. Pastel orange curly, so this is going to be a little bit streaky, a little bit sheer. If it had like more glitter or more flakies, I think it would break that up a little bit, but it doesn't. So you really have to float the brush to make sure that you're getting everything even. The final result is really nice, but it just takes a little bit more finesse to get there. I did 2 coats here. It was a fairly solid 2 coats, but I could maybe see you needing 3. So that is 2 coats of Milk Tea. And the last polish is called Lolly, and this is described as a pastel lavender with purple metallic flakes. So this is the least sheer and streaky out of all of the polishes, but as a trade-off, you do get a little bit more coverage over top of those flakies. It's not terrible. You can still see them. They're there. It's all fine, but they don't like really pop out quite as much. You can just tell that there's like a layer of milky polish over them, if that makes sense. Also a nice solid 2 coats for this one. So that is 2 coats of Lolly.
So I have a couple of favorites. I really like Lemon Cake. I like this bright yellow, and I like that the flakies that are in here are that pink shade instead of just like the whole collection just being little black flakies. I just like the pink and the yellow together. I think it looks really cool. And then of course I like Mint Chip, and I just said I'm glad they're not all black, and this one has black flakies, but it is, and before I even saw the name of it, I was like, it's mint chocolate chip ice cream, and then, yeah, obviously, because that's actually what it's called. So I really like this shade. That's like my favorite ice cream also, so anytime somebody bottles that, which has happened several times in the past, this isn't like a new concept, but it's always going to be my favorite. So that is the ILNP Something Sweet collection for spring 2023. Again, I will link that website down below where you guys can check those out. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.